If you have hip impingement, I have some bad news. So hip impingement, pain you get right here when you're flexing the hip, mostly internally rotating, but sometimes externally rotating the hip. Really, a lot of different movements can cause that pinching, nagging pain in the front of the hips. And a lot of people ask, is my hip impingement just going to go away? And unfortunately, for most people, it's not. The reason for that being, with any type of condition that is abnormal, especially when we're talking about human movement and musculoskeletal structures, it's not just going to go away on its own. Now, that doesn't mean that with the proper physical therapy treatment, the proper exercises, the proper lifestyle changes, you can get rid of those symptoms, just like I have, right? I hardly experience any hip impingement symptoms, and that is all because I manage my hips very well, but it took me a very long time to do that. As far as hip impingement just going away, it's not like when you were a kid and you had some back pain, the next day you just slept it off, it went away. That's not going to happen. Anatomically, you may have some structural changes in the bone, but more importantly, and this is the key here, despite the structural changes, we can still change movement, and that's usually the issue with hip impingement. The hips are not moving like hips should be moving. And there are some studies that show there are completely asymptomatic people with this extra bone on their femur. And that's not to say that the extra bone on the femur is causing the pain or causing the impingement. However, it does mean that it is possible to have this condition but be asymptomatic. For me, I was symptomatic. I started moving better, I got my tissues healthier, and I got stronger, more flexible, and I learned how to control my hips, and now I am asymptomatic. And that's, of course, just me, but it is safe to say that if we can optimize movement, we can at least decrease some of the symptoms that you're getting from hip impingement. Maybe it's not going to go completely away, maybe you won't even notice it, right? You may not ever have a problem with hip impingement at all if we get your hips moving better. But if you don't do anything about it, if you do absolutely nothing and just wait for hip impingement to go away, it's probably going to get worse. But I do have good news. If you do put the work in and you get all the tissues working properly and you change how you move, you change some lifestyle factors, you can get better. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of specific issues in each person. Not everyone is the same, and not every treatment works the same for everyone. A good place to start, check out the other videos on the You Improve PT YouTube channel about hip impingement. Learn what works for you and what doesn't, and ultimately get in contact with us. Go to youimprovept.com, send us an email, send us a message, call us. We are happy to talk to you and learn more about what you're going through, and even offer some best next steps for you in order to get rid of that hip impingement, hopefully without surgery, by improving your movement and getting your hips to work like hips. So go to youimprovept.com, explore the You Improve PT YouTube channel, and get ready to improve your pain, improve your movement, and improve your life.